It's national meets regional. Welcome to Sidewalks Entertainment, the long-running celebrity, music, and art series. Join us now for an exciting new path to celebrity interviews, music, rising talents, and much, much more.
Many of you might recognize today's guest from his character Damon Salvatore in The Vampire Diaries. He's here to join us today to talk about his show, V-Wars, on Netflix. I'd like to welcome to Sidewalks Entertainment, Ian Somerhalder.
Hi, Lori.
Ian, thank you so much for joining us today.
I'm great. How are you? It's early over there where you are?
It's about there. I'm a parent, so you know all parents are up early, so I mean early's pretty.
Oh yeah, no, never mind. We're pushing the.
Yeah.
Oh, we're at the 10 o'clock mark. It's nothing. I'm up at 5:30.
Yeah, home. Exactly. Happy early birthday. Your birthday's coming up, right?
Thank you. It's in 3 days.
Nice.
And it's
happy early birthday.
Thank you. It's an amazing birthday gift to have been able to launch this show and get into December and make sure to get some time with the family. This has been an amazing ride, a journey of 16 months producing and directing and starring in this show. It's been one hell of a journey.
Well, we are totally going to get into that because you guys kind of left me hanging. I'm all ready for like the next couple of seasons, but
me too.
Before we get into that, your work is an inspiration to a lot of people, and I want to touch on how you first got started. Now, I read that you started, before acting, you started modeling at the age of 10. Now,
10 years old.
What inspired you to go into modeling?
You know, my mom, her foresight and insight and hard work have been everything. You know, we grew up with not very much on the bayous of Louisiana. We were a poor family, but in the 70s and 80s in Louisiana, you didn't need very much. We had family, we had food, we had everything we needed, right? But my mom wanted me to have a different future, and she spent every dollar we ever had on getting me modeling and acting classes. And I ended up getting a contract with Ford Models when I was 10 years old. And
wow.
And we moved to New York for the summers, and she slaved and borrowed money from my aunt, and we did everything to be here. And I worked all day, every day, and that's how I got started in this business. And then then from 13 to 15, I didn't do it. And then by 15, I just said, I want back into that world. I want to get out of here, and I want to get back to New York. And so we went to another talent scout convention, and I got another huge job with Stephen Meisel. At the time, was the biggest photographer in the world, or one of them. And that was it. That was December of 1994, and the rest is history. You know,
that's amazing.
Yeah, I've had some pretty incredible women in my life who have. I had a manager also who was from Louisiana that really guided me and protected me around the world. So the women in my life have really, really systematically set me up for all of this. You know, whether it's my sister or my mom or my manager, and it was pretty incredible.
Now, V-Wars on Netflix. Like I said, wow, amazing. You guys kind of left me hanging. I'm so ready for the next couple of seasons.
Thank you.
Now, many of us are familiar with your character, Damon Salvatore from Vampire Diaries. Now, your character, Dr. Luther Swan on V-Wars, he's different. He's more vulnerable. Now, what's it like playing this character, Luther Swan, compared to your previous character in Vampire Diaries, Damon Salvatore?
You know, it is funny. I got to play Damon for 8 years. This character was so funny, dynamic, sexy, dangerous. He was also an ass, but people loved him because
exactly.
There was a certain vulnerability to him, and he was funny. I always said Damon was the guy that he had the same look on his face whether he was saving a kitten out of a tree or ripping your face off. And those characters are really fun to play. But the thing when I found Swan, I was so excited. First of all, I always wanted to play a scientist. When I was a kid, I wanted to be a scientist. But Swan possesses superpowers as well. And his superpower is that he's a great dad, that he's a great scientist, that he's a great husband. Because to me, great dads, great scientists, and great husbands are superheroes because everything around them spreads positively, and we need more of that in the world. The reality of it is that what we found, though, and Swan is just a good man, but people don't want an ordinary hero. They want an extraordinary hero. And so we've sent Luther Swan down this path where his trajectory and the journey for him is going to be insane and hell. And he's going to be tasked with some very big things, like trying to solve this global crisis and protect his family and do all of those things that a father does. How it seeps into our devices and ultimately into our psyche in this new age of the algorithm. I mean, these are big, cool societal themes that we get to weave into the thread of the life of this story. And that is challenging and an amazing task that we're very much looking forward to. This is a global show, and I want to get eyeballs on this because I want to get into a season 2, because the reality of it is we did 10 episodes, right? So in a network format, we would have had a much longer runway, 22 episodes or 18 episodes. This was just 10, so it's just barely scratching the surface and setting up the world. You know, season 1 of shows are tough because you're trying to find the story, your characters. You're trying to find the look of the show, the feel of the show, the pace of the show. So you're constantly learning. But this just sets it up, and we can't wait to get in there with a diverse group of women and men and tell this story through the eyes of these unique perspectives, which that's how the books are set up. It's multiple writers that Jonathan Mayberry edited together. And that authentic perspective is what is so enticing when you read these books. There's 5 books. So as a producer and as a creative force behind the show, I've got so much source material. We also have the graphic novel of this, which is so well done. It serves as not only a visual reference, but a story reference, a character reference. We have so much hard-hitting, amazing material that I can't wait. So if you can, you know, your vast listeners who love what you do, if you can get this out in front of them, I would be grateful.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, before we run out of time, we received a lot of messages from some of your fans. Robin from San Jose, California, Kinley from Athens, Georgia, and my niece, Stephanie from Cupertino, California. All of them say they are big fans and love your work. Now, Carly from Durango, Colorado, she says, he is such an amazing actor and inspiration. I strive to be like him one day.
That's so kind, man.
Unfortunately, we are out of time.
Oh, we're
Ian.
out of time?
I'm so sorry. Yeah, we're out of time. I would love to talk to you longer, but
Ditto.
we're out of time. Yeah.
Thank you.
Again, thank you so much for taking the time to speak with me.
Thank you very, very much, and I look forward. Let's do this next season, okay?
Yes, and maybe we'll celebrate our birthdays together. My birthday's coming up too.
Oh, well, happy birthday. Happy pre-birthday.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Ian Somerhalder from V Wars on Netflix. Thank you, Ian.
Thank
Bye.
you. See you later.
For more full-length celebrity interviews, visit sidewalkstv.com.